as we have been told that this exercise came about based on the lessons learned on our previous experiences in the elections exercises. And in the year 2010, after the promulgation of the new constitution, we in the police and other entities commenced this exercise that we saw its fruits with a very successful, in relative terms, in the 2013 general elections that, compared to the previous exercises, went off very, very well. I want to make just a couple of remarks related to today's event. The first one is to thank most sincerely IBC and members of the donor community, including the judiciary, that helped us come up with these documents that will be used to train police officers, including the special police officers. And when I say special police officers, I mean members of the national security community who do not come from the police service, whom we will appoint as special police officers for the purposes of this exercise, and will help them understand what it takes to cover the elections. I thank you very much, UNDP and other agencies. Number two is to confirm that we in the National Police Service are indeed prepared to cover the entire electoral process. The relative peace and calm that you saw during the nominations exercise did not come out per chance. It was not as a result of some guesswork. I'm not arrogating to myself that we are wholly responsible for that peace, but it was a culmination of multi-agency effort on the part of everybody, including the Kenyan people, who purpose that we will have peace. And as a matter of fact, quoting the statistics that we had on the whole only 23 incidences reported. 23 incidences that were given up to be reported to the police. That of course excludes a bit of excitement that usually accompanies our campaigns. But 23 were acts of violence in which we arrested 63 individuals, some of them aspirants, some of them sitting MCAs and members of parliament, including an aspirant for the seat of governor, and I presume you know who that person is. Sadly, there were 2 deaths, both of them in Nairobi. The 2, or rather, one involved a clash between supporters of 2 MCA aspirants, and the other one was a man accused of being a pickpocket during a rally organized by a large political coalition in town here. Those are the only 2 deaths reported during the entire exercise. And on that score, I would wish to not only thank officers in the National Police Service, officers from other national security agencies, including political parties that managed to keep their houses in order, that gave us relative peace. In that respect, it is our determination, as we have always said, that we want the entire process to be safe and secure. I will repeat, it is our determination to ensure that the entire electoral cycle that is before, during and after the elections is safe and secure. For us, our role is to provide that enabling atmosphere to enable the people of this country to exercise their democratic right. And in doing so, we will remain apolitical, we will remain impartial, and we will apply the law as it is. Mheshimiwa Chairman, I'm sure you'll be glad to hear that we will do exactly as you advised. We will take no nonsense from anybody, irrespective of the political affiliation of the person threatening peace in this country. And I wish also to affirm that in fulfilling our mandate, we will stick strictly, or we will apply the law strictly as it is. In preparing to fulfill our mandate, we have made quite a number of engagements with other concerned entities. We have participated in meetings, workshops, and symposia organized by, for instance, the judiciary, in which we have always endeavored to play or to show how prepared we are to play our role. At this stage, I would wish to underscore that this exercise is indeed a multi-agency endeavor, and I would wish to quote what His Excellency the President said in an event last week at the National Defense College, in which he said that national security agencies, including other government agencies, must abandon the silo mentality and fully embrace the multi-agency approach, as the days of working alone as an individual institution are over. And I strongly believe that in working towards delivering a peaceful, safe, and secure environment for the people of this country to exercise their democratic right can only be delivered if we worked as advised, if we worked collaboratively and adopted a multi-agency approach. On our part, we are set and ready to participate in this exercise, and we are set to release all police officers required to participate in this exercise, and we have made the necessary arrangements with other national security agencies to give us the names of the officers whom we will appoint as special police officers, and will also participate in this exercise. In closing, I wish once again to reiterate that on our part, we are set, we are ready, in collaboration with the other concerned entities as well as the Kenyan people, to ensure that the 2017 general elections will be held in a peaceful and a safe atmosphere. I thank you very much for listening to me, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, IG, for those remarks and your commitment of ensuring that the coming elections will be conducted in a peaceful and secure environment. Now, our chairperson, Mr. Wafula Chebukati, is going to give his keynote address as well. Let's welcome him with a round of applause.
The chairman of independent commissions are present. NCIC, Francis Ole Kaparo. IPOA, Macharia Njeru. Inspector General of Police, Joseph Boynet. We also have the DCI, Mr. Mohoro Ndegwa. A UNDP representative, Amanda Sermanga, Justice Mbogoli, Chairman of Judicial Committee on Elections, Deputy Director of Public Prosecution, Dorcas Odwar, Registrar of Political Parties, Lucy Ndungu, IBC Commissioners present, staff of IBC led by Ezra Chiloba. Invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. You sound so dull, it's like you didn't have breakfast this morning. Good morning. I wanted this opportunity to welcome you this morning to the launch of the ESAP program. This is a culmination of long hours of work and efforts which have been put in to make it a success. As a commission, we are ready to give this country a free, fair and credible election come the 8th of August this year. Free because that's enshrined in the Constitution. Kenyans have a right to stand for elections and to vote. It's a freedom for all of us. Fairness, that's the job of IBC. As an EMB, that is our work to make sure Kenyans get a fair election. It's for us to prepare a fair ground and fair level ground for elections to happen. Credible, it's for all of us to say, the observers to say, was it credible? And we can't do this without a peaceful environment, and that's why this ESAP program is there. As a country, we are happy to take the lead in this initiative and in collaborating with sister agencies present here, Director of Public Prosecution, the Judiciary, the National Police Service, the Attorney General's Office has been very instrumental, UNDP and other partners, thank you very much. This is not a compromise. This is for our country, and we say, look, as IBC, we can't do this alone. And that's why we have to partner with other state and non-state agencies. You will recall that recently concluded Hartford party primaries and the isolated but regrettable incidents of violence which the IG has mentioned. And we also saw parts of Migori and Bita and other parts of the country where there were small pockets of violence. But I'm happy to see and hear from the IG that this was contained and only 2 fatalities happened in Nairobi. Indeed, as a commission, we are concerned enough to ensure that we take part in establishment of systems that guarantee fairness in the electoral process and also deal firmly and decisively with any threats of violence that may occur. Of course, the mandate of IEBC arises from the Constitution, which confers on us the role of managing elections. As a commission, it's our duty to do so without people being intimidated with threats or violence or coercion. This particular election, of course, you can see the high stakes and polarization of electoral competition right from the primaries. Campaigns are about to start. We're going into the voting period, and through to the counting and tallying of votes to declaration of winners, there's a potential conflict at any time. And where there's conflict, there's bound to be violence. So between now and August, we have every step is crucial. 2007, the link between elections and violence was more direct, and you can see as a country, we went through a moment we don't want to remember. We want to forget it, but it's there in our memories. Based on this history, successful preparations and management of elections requires that the Commission and other stakeholders put in place strategies to ensure security as a key component of election preparedness. And that's why we are here today. However, significantly so, provision of security is a constitutional mandate of the police service, and it's against this background that the ESAP program was put up with the invaluable assistance of the UNDP. In the past, the Commission was unfortunate to belatedly engage the security teams during deployment of polling day only. That is, police used to come in just before the polling day. And therefore, there was a missing link between election security and election management. And I think the previous speakers have spoken. That's why ESAP came up, and this is an initiative which we all must embrace. The overall objective of this project was to undertake election coordination and a framework for managing the security aspects of the 2013 elections. This resulted in successful collaboration between the police and IEBC and other stakeholders, and delivered a positive outcome through peaceful elections and greater partnership between the 2 agencies. As a commission, in preparing for the coming elections, we have prepared the election operation plan that's between 2015 and 2017, which continues to be revised variously. And this EOP has identified election security as a key pillar towards delivering free, fair, and credible elections this year. Ladies and gentlemen, the objectives of ESAP is to undertake election security coordination and a framework for managing the security aspects of the 2017 general election. Specifically, the project seeks to achieve the following. One, cooperation between the public, police, IEBC, and other independent commissions in promoting and ensuring security of the campaign periods through best practices in negotiated public order management. Two, investigations and prosecutions of election offenders in Kenya. Three, a joint election risk assessment and response center, that's promoting joint election risk assessment and response to these risk factors. Lastly, to facilitate public participation in promoting election security in Kenya through monitoring and reporting. In developing this program, the Commission is minded to identify key result areas which we envisage will include the following: 1, coordinated response to election security threats; 2, detailed joint security plans between IEBC, police, and stakeholders at the national, county, and local levels. Then we expect increased accountability by both IEBC and security sector agencies in responding to these election threats. We also expect a reduction in cases of gender-based violence and a reduction in the number of violent incidents in this year as compared to 2013. As a Commission, we have, through these joint initiatives, we have developed literature and publications to facilitate realization of the projected targets, which will be similarly used during trainings. And these include the review handbook for security personnel, review police roll card, and we also developed a guide for investigation and prosecution for election offenses. There's developed a procedure guideline on trial process of the court, and also a manual for IEBC staff and police officers. And there's also the training of trainers of IEBC and police. We are happy to confirm that we have secured a multi-sectoral participation of various concerned agencies and appointed a technical committee comprising of IEBC, National Police Service, Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, UNDP. There's also OIANO platform, OIANO Secretariat, National Steering Committee on Peace Building and Conflict Management, IPOA, and Office of the Registrar of Political Parties. We look forward to the commencement of the national training of trainers, county sensitization programs, county trainings, and constituency trainings. This program is part of the Commission's effort towards prevention and mitigation against the risk of insecurity. The Commission was able to engage with the police under this ESAP program. A similar program launched in 2013, which other speakers have spoken about, was faced with challenges which have now been addressed this time round. The IEBC regional administration structures, for example, we had 17 regions as IEBC, and it was very difficult to coordinate police with these regional offices. But as a commission, when we came in, we said, let's go county, because that's what the constitution is all about. The country has devolved structures, and now we have done away with the 17 regions, and we have 47 county election managers who will man the county offices. And that will go very well in sync with the police structure, which is at every county. There was a lack of establishment of joint response centers, which made it difficult for the issues raised by citizens like campaign violence, voter bribery, to be addressed on time. And as I've said, with these county initiatives, it will be now easy to work with the county commanders to make this process, this issue of security, a success. There was also led training initiatives, which we have now cured. I think that's why we are here today. The training starting 3 months before election, and launching this program today will allow us sufficient time to test its efficiency and address any challenges that we may overcome in the training way before that.
We've been listening in to IEBC Chair Wafula Chebukati there. Of course, as we continue our conversation on election preparedness with our analysts here in studio, we'll be looking into